week 2 of the NFL, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Jets and the Titans, coming up next.
By many accounts, one of the most underrated home venues in all of the NFL resides in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee, and that's where we find ourselves at Nissan Stadium. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gauton. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. They come out off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they come into this one after a loss in the opener, and they're in for another tough test here.
And what a battle for an organization to look at your schedule and see 2 road games to start the season and not have a letdown immediately. You got to fight against that. They've got to come out ready to play.
2 one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here are the Titans ready to go on offense for the first time, and it's Will Levis, the 25-year-old at quarterback, in his second season out of Kentucky.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
Levis will look to throw on the first play from scrimmage. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Levis now off of play action. Okonkwo holds it in left side. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Levis sets up to throw here. That is caught. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
It should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Levis. Under pressure, they got him again. Javon Kinlaw in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Here's Levis. He completes it to Ridley. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves him well short for 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. So here come the Jets to take over. Led at quarterback by a man back to full health in season number 20 now, and his 2nd one in New York, and that's Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. You talk about this Titan defense. This crew against the pass, issues at times. Ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
And from analyzing them and talking with their defensive coordinator, we know they have a full playbook. So look for them to mix up coverages, pressure one play, fall back the next. They'll do a lot of different things trying to confuse the offense.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job is simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice short.
That went out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And they start in the best of all positions, 1st and goal.
Like 54, like 54.
They'll run with Pollard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Jets' 9-yard line.
Pollard one more time. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal, here's Levis. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Folks' kick is good, and the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st and goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a 2nd one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving 1st quarter. They'll give to Hall. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now Rodgers rolling to his right. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a 1st. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And able to get this to the 31. He'll get 4 yards of the carry there, and we will get to the end of the 1st quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Straight ahead is Hall. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Here's Rodgers. Caught by Wilson. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Zerline's kick is up and through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Levis to throw it. He finds his man, Pollard. Pushes past him, and he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
49, Mike 49.
Levis to throw off play action. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Levis looking to throw. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A kicker fest so far. All points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Now Levis. Touchdown! Chigakakro. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans have taken the lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Fulton connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And New York set to take the field. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Out to the right here to Wilson. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They're able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now 2nd and 3. Throwing is Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin. The quick slant, good for 8 and a 1st.
Good play there to pick up a 1st down for Conklin, and he's coming off the season where he topped the 600-yard mark for the first time in his career. He's become a reliable presence since arriving in New York.
Escaping the pressure right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On play action, Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And the Jets are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Now it's Rodgers. Over the middle, it's complete. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing now is Rodgers. That's caught at the 2. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Rodgers and the Jet offense staying out there. They'll go for 2. Rodgers will throw for it. And that is caught for the 2 points. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. One final shot before the half. Here's Levis. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And this is a 4-point game as they've gone to the locker rooms for halftime. 2 touchdown passes there for Dak Prescott. From there, we head up to the Motor City to check in on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Tampa Bay Bucs. Jared Goff with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. A longtime Charger, Austin Eckler, a touchdown for Washington. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a 1-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for with both these teams in it to win it. Both of these coaching staffs feverishly making their final plans for the second half. One of these two teams is going to get their first win. And for the call, let's kick it back out to Brandon Gaud.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Jets now to take over. They were losers last time out to the 49ers, but right now they're on the right side of the scoreboard as they start out 1st and 10. Second half starts with a run by Hall. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Hall on a give up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Hall again on 2nd down. And some room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 56 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Hall again. Taken down at the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Flushed out right.
Throw right side, Wilson.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
They'll run with Hall. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jets take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 8. So that drive 7 plays in length.
And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the 2nd half.
Like 5-4. Odd, like.
Levis back to throw. Short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
Levis.
The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. Shedding the tackler and gives him some room. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38.
Off the play fake, Levis.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Chuck Clark in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
At the 42-yard line.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Like 54.
Here's Levis. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Like 90.
Levis from the gun.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Titans first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Levis sets up to throw here. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jermaine Johnson credited with that sack.
Loss of 4 brings up 2nd and 14 at the 31-yard line.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Back to throw, it's Levis. It's complete to Hopkins. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Yards on the pickup. It's now 3rd and 3.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the 4th quarter. The Titans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Play action now. Levis. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Tajay Spears. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Titans have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
Levis will try to throw for the 2. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
To throw is Rodgers. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Rodgers. This pass out wide to Hall. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And a great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first.
A gain of 7, and the Jets first down.
Back to the ground with Hall. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 85 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
On first down, right back to Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Now Rodgers. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. That last run going to put him over 100 yards for the ball game. Here's 1st and goal.
Delay of game, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. Here's Hall again. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's a give to Hall. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. Rodgers to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home.
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Jets answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Now Rodgers, and he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Here's 1st and 10.
Right 24.
Levis to throw. Able to hook up here with Ridley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Here's Levis. He finds Hopkins complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Levis, he'll look to throw it toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Just keeping the play alive.
Nice solid game there, partner, but the clock is starting to become his enemy.
Absolutely. Every second right now, more and more precious as it ticks. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Like 13. Like 13.
One final try here for Will Levis. This to possibly force OT. And this is going to be caught on the final play, a touchdown. How about that? And a 2-point conversion now will send us to overtime.
And understandably, this crowd is in an absolute frenzy. But they've got to back it off a little bit, let the guys operate, and they need to take a deep breath as well. They've still got to get a 2-point conversion in order to tie this one.
No time on the clock. Are we going to overtime, or does it end right here? They're going to try and run for it. And, oh, he stops short of the goal line, and the defense celebrates as they've won the football game. A harsh way to lose this when the comeback bid there at the very end, falling just a little bit short. Probably had the play they wanted dialed up but couldn't convert.
And that's always where it's difficult because they had no choice here. It wasn't a decision to kick it and go to overtime or anything like that. No, they had to go for 2 to try and tie it up and get to overtime. They had their play dialed up, didn't get it done, and that's really tough because in today's NFL, you have a bigger list of 2-point conversion type plays, and you actually work on it during the week in practice. As you noted, they just didn't convert there.
So